Hello. Let me take you through two of our core modules of MRO360, Equipment Criticality Calculation and Spare Part Criticality Calculation. Let's begin with Equipment Criticality Analysis. As you know, calculating the criticality of equipment can be a tedious and time-consuming process. Multiple parameters are required, such as material failure, mean time to repair, equipment role in the plant, upstream and downstream dependencies, and more. In fact, there are over 20 parameters needed to effectively calculate equipment criticality. Even with a large team, it can take months to assess all equipment across a plant. This is where the real power of our agentic AI within MRO360 comes in. It automatically gathers relevant data from your ERP and CMMS systems and calculates equipment criticality with speed, accuracy, and consistency. Let's see how it works. First, a user will go to the plant selection section and select the plant where they want to calculate the criticality of the equipment. Next, they can filter down and select any of the function locations. Let's say we are sticking with this function location and then selecting the equipment for which we want to calculate the criticality. Let's say we are selecting these two pieces of equipment. The last step is selecting a criticality model. These are industry standard models used to calculate the equipment's criticality. However, if a client prefers, they can also provide their own configured model for criticality calculation. Let's say we are running the Asset Criticality Index. The user simply needs to go here and click on Calculate Equipment Criticality. As you can see, our system has started processing the information and is now calculating the criticality for the equipment in the background. Our system is also gathering contextual data, such as notes written by technicians or engineers while they were in the field repairing the equipment. This information is fetched by our system, and it provides valuable data points for the AI models. Usually, this information is lost in the notes and is rarely reviewed again. However, our system can automatically fetch this data and apply it to the model for better accuracy. Let's wait while the process completes. Once finished, you can see that our system has calculated the criticality for the equipment in the AI rating section. If a user wants a full explanation of why this rating was assigned to a particular piece of equipment, they can go to the Analysis section and click on Analysis. After clicking on Analysis, they will receive a complete overall assessment summary explaining why this criticality rating was assigned to the equipment. If they want to see the individual component breakdown, showing which factors contributed to the critical accreditation, they can go and view it here. They will also get an individual component summary explaining why each component was assigned a particular weightage or value. That's how our equipment criticality analysis works. Now, let's move on to the spare part criticality module. It works in a similar way to the equipment criticality analysis. The user would go here and first select the plant. Next, they would select the materials for which they want to calculate the criticality of the spare parts. Then, they would provide the AI criticality model to be used for calculating the criticality. Of course, in this case as well, users can provide their own configured models for calculating the criticality of the spare part. To do this, simply go to this section and click on Calculate Criticality. The difference between equipment criticality calculation and spare part criticality calculation lies in the parameters used. The parameters that define the criticality of a spare part are quite different. After defining the equipment in the spare part criticality analysis, it is important to review the consumption history of the spare parts. Consider which equipment the spare part is used in, the functional location, as well as the lead time and vendor reliability. In total, there are more than 20 parameters considered to calculate the criticality of spare parts. Similar to equipment criticality analysis, our system can quickly determine the criticality of spare parts with minimal manual intervention. Let's wait a moment. While the system calculates the criticality for the spare parts, it is now complete. As shown here, our system has calculated the criticality of the selected materials. If a user would like a full explanation of why this criticality rating was assigned, they can click on AI Analysis. Once selected, the system provides a complete summary explaining why the criticality rating of 8.03 was assigned to this particular spare part. If users want to look further into individual components, they will see the weightage, value, and a detailed summary of each component, ensuring they understand why this criticality rating was decided by the AI model. With MRO360, organizations can move from manual time-consuming analysis to AI-native criticality assessment. This enables better prioritization, improved maintenance planning, and reduced operational risk. If you would like to learn more or see how this can work for your organization, feel free to reach out to Verdantis. Thank you.